Hi, it's Sean Campbell from Adjusted Chiropractic in South Morang. Today I'm going to be talking about nutrition and what we should be eating basically to improve our health and increase our lifespan, try and reach that 120 club goal. It's actually been a bit of a contentious issue. In the news a couple of weeks ago, there was that book written by Paleo Pete, which got banned. So basically he was saying that we should eat paleo and that children should eat paleo. And so then after he announced this, general public, media all lost their minds and fired up and said that, you know, he's crazy and we can't do that. And at the moment we have the highest rates of autism, ADD, obesity, diabetes, irritable bowel disease, cancers, heart disease, inflammatory conditions, autoimmune conditions. The list goes on. So then we have someone who says, you know what, I think that we should feed our kids something a little bit more natural. And yeah, everyone lost their minds and the book's been banned, and I'm pretty sure he lost like some of his sponsors and hasn't been re-signed up for one of his shows and things like that. So it's just an interesting way that people look at food, and it seems that a lot of people are confused, don't really understand what we should be eating, and so I'm just going to talk a bit about why the paleo diet is actually a natural way to eat and is the way that our body is designed to eat. So we look at the human species as just another mammal, another species on this planet, and when we look at other animals, so we'll just take like a lion, we look at them in the natural environment, out in the wild, and we say all of those lions need to eat the same foods to live the longest and be healthy. We don't separate like one lion, be like, no, this one's vegan, separate another one, and be like, you know, this one's vegetarian, or he's got to have a high protein or a high carb. They all need to eat the same thing. So basically people are the same. We all should be just eating the thing that gives our body the most nutrients, and it's the things that our body is designed to eat to be able to be healthy and to be able to live as long as we possibly can. So this paleo approach has been picked up on by a lot of the sort of elite athletes. So a lot of the AFL clubs now, Port Adelaide's a big one. I think most of them are doing it, but there was even some stuff the other day about Port Adelaide and how they've started all eating this paleo diet. Gary Ablett's been doing it for years, so we know that it can be very beneficial. But what's important about this diet is it actually has all of the necessary nutrients that our species as humans requires. So the main things that you eat in this sort of natural diet, also known as paleo, is lean, grass-fed meats, a lot of fish, vegetables, fruits, nuts. So basically everything that grows in the ground that if we were living in Paleolithic times that we'd be hunting or gathering. This sort of diet has dramatically shown to reduce all of those risks of heart disease and cancers and diabetes and all those typical ones. But one of the ones that we actually want to talk about is how it can improve longevity and improve health. And what we found is a lot of those berries, a lot of the things like the grapes, and the reason that red wine is so good for you, and then all your dark green leafy vegetables, is they all contain antioxidants, and they all are very anti-inflammatory and help reduce the damage to the body by the free radicals and basically stop that aging process. One of the concerns that a lot of people have with the paleo diet is the fact that there's no dairy in it, or very limited dairy. People always say to me, you know, where do you get your calcium from? And the fact is that the calcium that's in milk is very poorly bioavailable, so we don't absorb it very well. We actually get the majority of our calcium from our dark leafy vegetables, from, you know, broccoli and kale and spinach and foods like this. The relationship between dairy, between milk and osteoporosis and fractures and, you know, risk of falls and those sorts of things, they've actually shown that in people with higher amounts of dairy, the risks are actually increased. There's no studies that show a decreased risk in osteoporosis or a decreased risk in fractures when you've been drinking milk or having high levels of dairy. Also, there's some cultures out there that wouldn't touch a cow, wouldn't go near one, don't drink dairy, don't drink milk, and they have some of the lowest rates of osteoporosis in the world. Alright, so next time you're thinking of starting a new diet, try a natural approach and try paleo. Thanks for listening.